Those were the days. Back when Babe Ruth was fun and people smoldered after getting hit by lightning. Say, if you're listening to This Is True, Really, we've long since quit wondering what's wrong with you, but we would like you to like, subscribe, and or follow us because that way our idiocy doesn't feel so lonely. And Scott's very lonely.
Very, very idiocy lonely.
Oh, jeez.
28-year-old Florida.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do I look like I'm done?
Apparently not.
I just had to regroup after that discussion. Very,
very.
Need your friends to like, subscribe, and or follow us too, because maybe he'll stop doing that. Or maybe someone will hire someone to, rip out his larynx.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Not that I am saying that someone should hire someone to rip out his larynx. But I know a guy.
I love our basketball team of that name.
Nope. Close.
Minnesota Larynx.
Larynx is a body part.
Ooh, yuck. You want people to rip out part of my body?
Well, it'd be better than ripping out your links, wouldn't it?
I didn't even know I had one of those.
I'll explain it to you when you're older.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
28-year-old Florida woman has been arrested after she drove a golf cart through a standoff between police and an armed teenager.
At what point does that strike you as a good idea?
Oh, this is going to make plenty of sense by the time we get to the end.
I hope so.
Jessica Smith of Boston, ignoring officers' calls to turn around, drove down a street in Dunedin in Pinellas County.
Was she drunk a lot? Please tell me she was drunk a lot.
Officers stopped Ms. Smith, pulled her from the cart, and arrested her. She
had to be drunk.
She was later charged with resisting arrest without violence after refusing to get out of the cart. An affidavit seen by Fox 13 said Ms. Smith had a distinct odor of an alcoholic beverage coming from her person, and she was completely naked.
So it's true then about the alcohol in your pores.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'm a guy. Was she hottie or not?
They don't say. They don't. It's still curious.
I don't know why that would make a difference.
Yeah, right.
Except I start looking for.
Except you're a guy.
Nah, I'd look for pictures. Okay, that's admittedly strange. This, my friend, might. No one after this can use irony. This might be the epitome of.
Really?
At Harvard University, okay, no surprise it would come from Harvard. I suppose there was a moment you thought maybe Yale.
No, they're not.
Let's be honest. When it comes to about the dumbest things you can imagine, has to be Ivy League. At Harvard University.
Yeah.
Do you realize most of those schools were set up to actually educate preachers?
Yeah.
Men of the cloth.
Yep. Both Harvard and Yale.
So at Harvard University, Princeton, all the Ivy League schools were that was their job.
Yep.
Anyway, at Harvard University, have I mentioned it? This was at Harvard?
Yeah, just once.
President of the, I'm sorry. There's a contractual obligation. At Harvard University, the president of the organization of chaplains coordinates all of the campus's assorted religious communities.
Okay.
What kind of communities?
Religious.
Religious. According to the New York Times, which long ago was a very good newspaper, reported that the new president at Harvard University, which long ago was a pretty good university, the new president, 44-year-old Greg Epstein, is a bit of a trailblazer in the job.
Okay.
Yes, the new president of the organization of chaplains is an atheist. Go ahead. Let that sink in for just a second. Oh, you're going to have to let that sink in because you got more to add to it. Yes, that's irony. Harvard chaplains who would work under him, unanimously felt that Epstein, who had previously served as the university's humanist chaplain, Let that sink in for a minute.
Okay.
A humanist chaplain. They felt he could relate to a growing number of young people who no longer identify with any religious tradition.
Likely. Somehow, I think
They're chaplains.
But hey,
They're chaplains. You cannot. Words have
so
meaning.
was my father. I am.
Words have meaning. You quiet. I'm not arguing. Most kids today have absolutely no upbringing in any sort of faith.
Yeah,
so why would they?
Yeah,
they're chaplains. Now
I actually I get his previous gig.
I'm still trying to figure out the humanist chaplain, because being a humanist, it would have nothing to do with any organized religion. You wouldn't be a chaplain.
So you could be a counselor to the humanist kids who were there. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Words have meaning. Epstein, isn't there an Epstein who committed suicide?
Oh man,
Epstein. Come on, I had to bring Hillary's hit squad into this.
Yeah, there you do.
I'm not as everyone. Aren't you worried that the Obamas will be back and taking over the Democratic Party? Nope. If I'm worried about something, I'm worried about the Clinton crew.
There you go.
And I have absolutely no information about them, Hillary. None. Epstein grew up in a Jewish family. Recognizes the real need for conversation and support around what it means to be a good human and live an ethical life, he said.
Okay.
We don't look to a God for answers. We are each other's answers, said the people who followed Charles Manson. The chairperson of the nominating committee, the Reverend Kathleen Reed, explained, we're presenting to the university a vision of how the world could work when diverse traditions focus on how to be good humans and neighbors. Irony can no longer be used because it has just been.
It's fascinating.
Pinnacle right there.
Absolutely fascinating.
No, scary, stupid is what I'm thinking.
Sweden's tax agency has to approve the names chosen for newborns, and there are rules. You remember we talked about this a while back.
Yeah, you can't name him Phil.
The name can't be offensive or at risk of causing discomfort for the person. So you'd give it to the tax agency, the number crunchers. What could go wrong?
I mean,
first names that are similar to surnames also aren't permitted.
So you couldn't have Dennis Vercanis?
No, you could not. They wouldn't let you do that.
You could have Owen Bowen?
Probably not.
What the?
Yeah, they don't like rhymey things. You know, that's why it's so hard to do rap in Sweden. As a result, parents who wanted to name their newest bundle of joy Vladimir Putin have been told to pick something else.
Vladimir Smith?
Well, to be fair, there are already 1,413 boys named Vladimir in Sweden. It's unclear if any of them are Putins as well. Other names rejected by the agency include Allah, Ford, Michael Jackson, Pilsner, and for good reason. And
that's silly. What? Pilsner's not a big deal.
Q, the letter.
Oh, come on. James Bond fans would love that.
And token.
How about Tolkien?
No. It's T-O-K-E-N, token.
I know. So if you want token.
The most popular names for boys include Lucas, Liam, and William. For girls, Alice, Olivia, and Astrid. And just so you know.
So that if you pick real old-sounding names, you're good.
You're going to be just fine.
So, Gretchen and Wilhelmina would be good.
Let's go further back. Old Testament. Belshazzar.
Yeah.
Baal.
Jezebel. Those couldn't cause harm to the person you named.
Could they?
Who would possibly tease you about your name?
Everybody.
Every school child ever known to man.
Yeah, that's what John Cleese said in his book that was hilarious. He goes, the original family surname is Cheese. His father didn't want him to grow up with the stigma of being called, Cheese this, Cheese that. So he changed the name to Cleese, and he said it did no good whatsoever because the kids immediately made the connection, and he became cheesy.
Yep.
So now, just so you know, back to Sweden, people have fought the tax agency decisions and won. That's why we have Bouncing Babies, Metallica, and Google. Google gurgled.
Google.
I get Google snoogles.
No, you're going to have to stop that. Soccer fans are known to be passionate about their sport and their names.
Mm-hmm.
But at a game in Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, where soccer is probably the 17th most popular sport. Well, it's America. It could be the 18th.
Yeah, there is that.
On August 15th, it was the referee who lost control. Davy Bathez, D-A-V-I. Did they just leave off the D?
Let's
go with Davy because that's easier for me.
I think that's okay.
The Monkeys issued a red card. Davy, the Monkeys.
Davy Jones.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
No, he's just a monkey.
Just shut up.
Davy issued a red card. Boy, that was supposed to go smoother than that. Davy issued a red card to a player during an adult league game. Oh, here's the problem. That ignited a scuffle amongst the players. WKRC TV reports that Bethez went to his truck, retrieved his firearm, which he fired toward the player and the crowd. Then he hopped in his vehicle and sped away.
He's not going very far.
No, police caught up with him, quickly confiscated his .38 caliber handgun.
Maroon.
They
should confiscate his freedom.
I mean, remarkably, the man's firing towards a crowd. No one was injured. Bethez was charged with felonious pointing of a firearm.
I'll say.
At what point? I'm going to be a soccer official. And then find out this is how you're going to handle any altercations? Oh, boy.
Now we have a problem.
Wow.
I thought hooliganism was bad in UK.
Bang, bang, he shot me down. Bang, bang, I hit the ground. Oh, where's Cher when you need her?
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.